Joining us now, MSNBC legal correspondent Lisa Rubin and former senior special agent of the U.S. Secret Service and former special assistant U.S. attorney Christopher McClinic. Christopher, have you ever done this before? Followed somebody, a former government official, like this?
Well, first, thank you for having me, Katie. Absolutely not. I've never followed a government official, never set up a surveillance on a government official. I never felt that it was necessary to set up a surveillance on a government official. And while I'll stop short, with all due respect to U.S. Attorney McQuaid's opinion that it was overkill, to me, overkill equates to an illegality. And I don't think that's what the case was here. I will say it was a bit extreme.
There were threats to President Trump's life, obviously 2 assassination attempts. Does that warrant following the former FBI director? I mean, even if you were being if you were being abundantly cautious because of the environment that Donald Trump had faced, would that mean following the former FBI director? Would it justify it for posting a picture of seashells? Christopher?
Candidly, I would have just made direct contact with the man and gone on from there and just started the investigation and started the interview from there. But as I said, to me, overkill equates to illegality. And that was not the case here. They didn't violate his rights by surveilling him. I just don't think it was the best course of action in regards to this investigation. I think a lot of it has just went a little bit overboard. A director of the FBI shouldn't have made such a statement. Admittedly, 8647, we've come to realize is a rather benign term. It's on coins, it's on bumper stickers, it's on T-shirts. To equate it to the actual threat of an assassination of a president is a bit much. It's extreme.
Especially
the Secret Service has had to deal with this type of issue before.
Yeah. I mean, especially from the former FBI director, who you can easily just, interview, who they know. The Secret Service has the statement: it will vigorously investigate any individual, regardless of position or status, that may pose or be perceived as a threat to any of our protectees. Given that, and given what Christopher just said, Lisa, there are a number of folks driving around with bumper stickers that say 8647. Are we to understand that the Secret Service is out there secretly following each one of those individuals because they perceive them as a threat to the president?
Katie, I would hope not. You and I have talked about the fact that 86 is a term that is often used at restaurants to talk about killing in order, not something that actually means the murder of an individual. That having been said here, I agree with what Christopher said, that the proper thing to do here for the FBI would have been to make contact with former Director Comey and interview him right away, as they did later on upon his return from North Carolina to his Washington, D.C. area home. He was more than cooperative in giving them some of his time and talking with them. What concerns me, though, a lot more than whether he was being followed by the Secret Service is whether or not Jim Comey remains under investigation for some form of illegality. What that is, we don't know. But there's a specter of a criminal investigation against former Director Comey and one against John Brennan as well, to the extent that this administration is both floating publicly and actually carrying out criminal investigations against its enemies. That's of a whole lot more concern to me than whether or not somebody is or is not on the tail of a car ride from a beach town to their home.